Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist and I'm going to be doing a Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade deck profile. So I'm really excited to this for you guys because this deck was actually suggested to me by one of my patrons, Gloomba. And this deck is an amazing deck that can actually skip your opponent's entire turn with Tellarknight Ptolemaeus, which is amazing that this deck can do that. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards, like getting your name scratched for every single video, getting a signed cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to a patron. And definitely give Gloomba some love down in the comments down below for suggesting such an awesome deck. So let's get straight on into this one, guys. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Turquoise Warbler. Turquoise Warbler is a great 3-of in the deck. It's basically like the Cyber Dragon of the deck, that if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if this card is special summoned from your hand, you can special summon an additional Lyrilusc monster from your hand or graveyard to your side of the field, which is an awesome effect for this card to have. And then play 2 copies of Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow is a really good 2-of in the deck that if this card is special summoned, you can add a level 1 Winged Beast monster from your deck to your hand. It also has the ability that a Wind XZ monster is summoned using this card as a material gains the following effect, that your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. And then play 2 copies of Sapphire Swallow. Sapphire Swallow is a really good 2-of in the deck. If you control a Winged Beast type monster, you can special summon both this card and one level 1 Winged Beast type monster from your hand to your side of the field, which is a great effect to be able to just get instantly another monster on your side of the field. And a Wind XZ monster using this card as a material gains the following effect. If this card is XZ summoned, then you can target a Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard and attach it to this card as a material, which is a great effect to be able to get additional materials on one of your monsters. I then play 2 copies of Beryl Canary. Beryl Canary is a really good 2-of in the deck that gives you so much follow-up play in this particular build. I absolutely love this card because it has the ability, if this card's in your hand, then you can target a Lyrilusc monster in your graveyard and special summon both this card from your hand and that monster. And a Wind XZ monster that uses this card as a material gains the following effect, that it gains 200 attack and also its control cannot switch, but it's a great effect just to instantly get you 2 monsters on your side of the field. I then play a single copy of Celestial Wagtail. Celestial Wagtail is a really good 1-of the deck because if it's special summoned, you get to add a Lyrilusc spell or trap from your deck to your hand, which is an awesome effect to be able to search out your copy of Bird Sanctuary, because you can attach an XZ monster plus all its materials to your copy of Ptolemaeus, which will get it to that 7 materials, so you can detach to turn it into, or to basically to skip your opponent's entire turn, which is really good. And once you turn it into a copy of a Winged Beast monster with Reproduxosaurus, you're able to do that, which is super cool. But this card also has the ability, if it's in the graveyard, you can target a Lyrilusc XZ monster you control and attach this card to it as a material, which is an awesome effect. I then play 3 copies of Parallel XZ. Parallel XZ is a really good 3-of in the deck that helps you make your copy of Ptolemaeus extremely easily in this particular build. This card is a super good effect that if this card is special summoned by the effect of Parallel XZ, its level becomes 4 and its original attack and defense is halved. So basically it comes out as a level 4 with 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense, and it also has the ability, if you link summon, you can special summon this card from your hand to a zone that link monster points to, and then special summon another Parallel XZ from your deck, both becoming level 4, so you can make your copy of Ptolemaeus, which is super cool. We then play 3 copies of Frogtail. Frogtail is really good as a 3-of in the deck because it has the ability you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard to send a level 3 or lower Beast Warrior Winged Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard, which is an awesome effect to be able to send your copy of Kit and then your copy of Nearval, so you can search out your copy of Karas, which is really good in this deck. But all of your different Tri-Brigade monsters actually share a common effect, that you can banish any number of Beast Warrior Winged Beast type monsters from your graveyard to special summon a Beast Warrior Winged Beast link monster from your X deck with a link rating equal to the number of banished cards. Also, you can only use Beast Warrior Winged Beast monsters as link material for the rest of the turn, which is not that big of a deal with this card. We then play a single copy of Kit. Kit is in the deck because you're going to send it to the graveyard off your copy of Frogtail, and if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send an additional copy of a Tri-Brigade card from your deck to the grave. We then play 3 copies of Nearval. Nearval, if this card touches the graveyard, it has the ability to add a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great effect to be able to search out your copy of Karas. Karas has the ability to discard a card from your hand to special summon this card from your hand, which is a great effect to be able to get this card on your side of the field. I feel like 1-1 for Kit and Karas is totally fine for this particular deck. I then play a single copy of Brotherhood of the Firefist Buffalo. With your copy of Eagle, you actually don't have to use the effect to pay cost on this card, which is really good because it just reborns itself from the graveyard and just puts itself on your side of the field to give you another level 4 to be able to go in for your copy of Ptolemaeus. So this card is a definite one-of in the deck and just a great combo piece to help you go in for your copy of Ptolemaeus. I then play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is just really good in the deck overall to stop the opponent from touching the deck. This card is insane right now and just a really good card overall. And then I play 3 copies of DD Crow. DD Crow is really good in the deck because it just banishes a card from your opponent's graveyard. And also it's a Wing Beast type monster, so it comes in extremely handy in the deck. DD Crow is one of the best cards besides Dimensional Shifter right now as a hand trap. It's just really good overall at getting cards out of your opponent's graveyard. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing a single copy of Foolish Burial. This is so that we can get the exact monster we need in the graveyard when we need it, especially since we're playing Tri-Brigade. But a single copy of Bird Sanctuary. Bird Sanctuary is insanely good in this deck and just a great one-of to be able to use your copy of Ptolemaeus' turn skip effect, because when you turn it into a Wing Beast with Reproductosaurus, this card has a really awesome effect to attach one Wing Beast monster that's an XZ to another Wing Beast XZ monster with all of its materials being transferred over. So it's pretty easy to actually make a copy of Ptolemaeus with 7 materials to skip your opponent's turn. So this card is really good as a one-of in the deck, but you only really need a single copy of it because you can search it off of your copy of Celestial Wagtail. We then play 3 copies of Bird Call, which is basically the Rhoda for your Lyrilusc monsters, which is really good in this particular deck. We then play 3 copies of Fire Formation Tinky to round out the spells. This is so you can search out your copy of Frogtail directly from your deck to your hand. And this card is just really good in the deck overall, especially combo with your copy of Eagle. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to be playing a single copy of Tri-Brigade Revolt because it is searchable in the deck and helps you make your copy of Shirog during the opponent's turn, because you special summon any number of your Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters that are banished and or in the graveyard, but negate their effects. And then immediately after this card resolves, you link summon 1 Tri-Brigade Link monster using those monsters that you summoned by this card effect, which usually you're going to summon out 4 and summon a copy of Shirog during your opponent's turn, which is absolutely insane. We then play 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence to round out the main deck. This card is really good to be able to just negate opponent's monster effects while also using the ability to set this card to your side of the field and lock down an entire column of spells and traps. So this card is a great 3-of in the deck. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing a single copy of Ptolemaeus. Ptolemaeus is only really needed as a one-of, because once this card goes off, you're only going to need a single copy of it. This card is absolutely insane, because by detaching 7 materials from this card, you can actually skip your opponent's entire turn, which is absolutely crazy that this card can do it. And it's really easy to pull off with your copy of Bird Sanctuary and Reproductosaurus, being able to attach a Lyrilusc monster with about 4 materials on it to be able to give it 7 materials, which is really cool to be able to just, during the end phase, basically detach those materials and then make it your turn again. So this card is really, really good in the deck and super easy to summon. We then play 2 copies of Starling. Starling is newly at 2, which is really cool. And this card is basically a searcher for the deck, as you detach a material in this card to add a level 1 Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand, which is a great effect to be able to use with this card. We then play a single copy of Assembled Nightingale. Assembled Nightingale is really good in this particular deck just to be able to attack directly multiple times. It gains 200 attack for every material attached to it, and it's just great to be able to summon that because it can attack multiple times based on the number of materials attached to this card. And it's really good to make Zeus with this card because you can make a multiple material Zeus. And then play a single copy of Robin. Robin is usually what I'm attaching to my copy of Ptolemaeus because you can put multiple materials on this card, either this or Assembled Nightingale. But this card is really, really good in the deck and just a fantastic one-of in this particular build. I then play a single copy of Zeus. Zeus is really good as a one-of, just as a board wipe. It's just a fantastic card overall in any Lyrilusc deck. We then play a single copy of Appaloosa because we can make this card with multiple negates on it, and also helps us go in for game because we can get rid of a bunch of cards that have low attack points to be able to make this card sometimes with 3200, which is really good. 2 copies of Shirog. Shirog is insanely powerful in this deck and a great 2-of boss monster for this particular deck. If this card is special summon, or if another Beast Warrior Wing Beast monster is special summoned to your field, you can banish 1 card on the field, which is a great effect. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Beast Warrior Wing Beast monster from your deck to your hand, whose level is less than or equal to the number of banished Beast Warrior Wing Beast monsters, which is an awesome effect because we play so many level 1s in this particular build. I then play a single copy of Bearbrum. Bearbrum is in here so we can actually search out our copy of our Revolt. So this card is really good as a 1-of in the deck. I only feel like you need a single copy of this card, but it's still a really good 1-of. We then play a single copy of Baron Blossom. Baron Blossom is really good because it gives us an additional level 4 monster on our side of the field, like our copy of Rocktail, so we can make our copy of Ptolemaeus. But this card is really good as a 1-of as well, because if it touches the graveyard, you get to draw a card and then place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck, which can help you go in for the turn skip, which is really nice to be able to get to the exact cards that you need. And then play a single copy of Sprite Elf because it does help us swarm the field, because we do play level 2s with the copies of Kit and Karas in this deck, and we do have Link 2s in the deck as well, so this card is very, very good in the deck and super easy to put on your side of the field to be able to bring back cards from the grave. And then play a single copy of Eagles so we don't have to pay cost for Buffalo. This card is really good in the deck as a 1-of and just a fantastic card overall. Reproduct Source, this card makes the entire deck work so we can actually skip the opponent's turn, because we basically make the copy of Ptolemaeus with the down arrow pointing towards it, and then you can turn it into a Winged Beast, which makes Bird Sanctuary able to attach all the materials to it, which is really cool. We then play a single copy of Lightheart because it is a Link 1 Beast Warrior monster, so it's very easy to use this card in this particular deck to be able to summon to your side of the field with any of your Tri-Brigade monsters' effects, so this card is a definite 1-of in the deck. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This deck is super fun to be able to just turn skip the opponent, and it's just really cool how well it works to be able to turn skip your opponent, because you can pretty much pull it off extremely easily with this particular build. I love the addition of Paralleloxy in this deck because it makes it really easy to make your copy of Ptolemaeus in this particular build. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell near so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.